You
Like,
were
not
very,
a 1.
You were very upset when everyone turned into dust.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, this has like been 10 years in the making. I was invested at this point.
You're not human if you don't feel something after 10 years of investment into these characters and then watching half of them die.
It was rough. That was a rough thing to have to sit and watch. Back in the 60s, this dude was driving around. Tell me when you know this dude's name. And this dude went running out onto the nuclear test range, and like, you know, alarms and shit started going off, and Bruce Banner came running along and he knocked the dude into a ditch. Who was the dude that he saved?
Oh man, I have no idea.
I don't like any of the Hulk storylines. I didn't even see the Hulk movies.
That guy was named Rick Jones. What was the name of the kid that he saved?
Biff.
It was Rick Jones.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds like a Biff to me.
He is a Biff. Rick Jones is a total Biff.
Yeah, he sounds like a Biff.
Rick Jones.
Yes.
Dude,
At one point.
I bet it was Rick Jones.
You're really good at this.
What kid?
The,
I don't know
the
any
kid. The kid that the Hulk was trying to save from the Gamma Bomb when he became the Hulk.
I don't know, James.
His name was Rick Jones.
Rick Jones.
Rick Jones. Good job. Okay.
Rick Jones.
That's right. You got one right.
He made of. Is he like have an armor of fullerenes?
The Bucky?
Yeah, Bucky. It's also called the Bucky Ball.
Oh, like the thing that does this.
Yes, but very similar.
Yeah. No, Bucky was just a dork. So when Captain America gave some other dude Bucky's armor and started calling him Bucky,
Oh God.
what was that kid's real name? Not Bucky.
the kid's real name?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
It was Rick Jones.
I mean, I guess he's now turned into a rabbit too.
This guy was a man.
Oh.
He never
that's a
became
problem.
he never became a rabbit.
What was the question?
Who
What
was
did he
this is
become?
the new Bucky. Captain America, it's like if you had a friend that if I died and you took my red hoodie and you slapped it on one of your other friends and started calling that friend Koya. They were quantumly entangled. One of them was a teenage kid and he would slam his bracelets together. One has to be banished to like the negative zone. Quantumly entangled. Captain Marvel had to stay in the Negaverse where Ant-Man goes. Tremendous like cosmic energy, but there was some kind of accident when he put them on that his atoms got all quantumly entangled with a human dude, and he goes like Shazam. I don't know if he said that. He slaps his wrists together like in a cartoon and goes Shazam, and he'd go Shazam. It might not have been Shazam in Marvel. Quantum entangled with Captain Marvel.
Rick Jones.
Rick Jones, good job. You know a lot about Marvel. To replace the atoms of this kid in the real world. Do you know what that guy's name was?
I'm gonna say Rick Jones.
And Captain Marvel comes out of the Negaverse. What Marvel character wrote a novel called Sidekick?
Is it Rick Jones?
That's Rick Jones.
Oh, cool.
In an alternate timeline in the far future, who becomes the arch villain named Thanatos?
Could be Rick Jones.
That was Rick Jones too.
Guthrin McGillicuddy.
That was Rick Jones.
Is it Rick Jones?
Yeah, you got 2 right. You know who the Beyonder is?
No.
Who's that flamey guy?
The Human Torch.
Yes.
No, Rick Jones.
Oh God. There's just no way I'll know any of these answers.
His name is Rick Jones. The Beyonder was an intergalactic dick. But one time he did something nice. He met a guy with cancer and he used his cosmic powers to cure this dude's cancer. Who did the Beyonder cure the cancer of?
You want to guess?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess Rick Jones.
Very good, Midori.
Rick Jones.
That's Rick Jones, correct. You got 1 right.
It's got to be Rick Jones. Is it not Rick Jones?
It's Rick Jones. The answer to the next 5 questions is Rick Jones. What character am I unable to believe has not even been mentioned in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Oh, that's definitely Rick Jones.
That is
he hasn't shown up once.
motherfucking Rick Jones. Okay, that kid's name was Rick Jones.
Damn it! If I find you, Rick Jones, I'm coming for you. I'm coming.
there was this some villain came along that had I wish I had written down the villain's name here, but he had like he had some kind of chaos deal was part of his shtick, that he was causing chaos. One time he came down and there was a guy that had cancer, and the Beyonder was like, "You're too important to all these timelines. The boss says I gotta cure you of your cancer." Who got cured of cancer by the Beyonder?
Well, you just had like it's all these like the Hulk. I mean, it's got to be Rick Jones.
Why is it always Rick Jones?
I wouldn't be too surprised if we were all filled with tiny men doing various
Just with
sinister-
the
just hired by the government, just flying
like
around
the,
in there.
the
shooting it.
skyscraper guys that do the windows. The window
Yeah,
wash.
exactly.
You
Yeah,
just got little
I'm
window
sure.
washers cleaning off your cells.
We've all
the
got
time.
maintenance dudes in there that we don't know
squeezing
about,
all the
freaking
water back into your
whispering the wrong ideas to us while we're asleep. But anyway, the Hulk is green. The guy that says
Yes.
sometimes you eat the bar and sometimes the bar eats you, that guy's red, and the Thing is orange. But the Hulk was out there on the nuclear testing range shoving a teenage greaser into a ditch so that the greaser did not get irradiated. What was that guy's name?
I gotta go Rick Jones.
Rick Jones. All right, so I'm glad you know a little bit about Rick Jones now. What Marvel character became turned into a creature much like the original Abomination and began calling himself A-Bomb?
Rick Jones.
That's Rick Jones, correct. You got one right.
one of the red guys.
That's a red guy, but the Red Hulk is the guy that
That's the thing. The red guy.
the Thing is orange.
Is he really orange?
Yeah, he's made out of orange rock.
I mean, comic books are old. They kind of get faded, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Okay.
The difference between
If
orange
you
and
were
red.
like, well, we had an argument, not an argument, but we had a discussion about whether or not the crystal that switches the red, the blue, and orange blocks in Link to the Past.
this
the
involves
switches?
the Incredible Hulk. How? Well, what is?
All right, that was Rick
It's gonna
Jones.
be even harder. Is this gonna be a bunch of questions about Rick Jones?
I don't know.
Guess Rick Jones is the next question.
Bowser from Sha-Na-Na.
It was Rick Jones, but that's an awesome answer.
Rick Jones?
Yeah, that's Rick Jones. In an alternate timeline, who became the villain Thanatos in the far future?
I want to say Biff, but I think it's Rick Jones.
That's Rick Jones too. He did a lot of stuff.
Oh, you told me the answer.
Yeah,
it's
I
the
did.
same guy.
Yeah.
It's the same guy. It's Incredible Hulk. You can't Stan Lee me through like that's like watching a comic book movie and Stan Lee shows up. You know he's gonna be there. Am I about to be Rick Jones this whole thing?
Shit, that's gonna have to be. How do you Rick Jones somebody? There's
No,
gonna be
you're
a
Rick
whole
Jonesing
new.
me right now.
That's
You-
what I've
you-
been doing. I've been calling
you-
everyone up and Rick Jones rolling them.
Rick Jones. It's not even really. It's just Rick Jonesing them. You're
Rick
Jonesing around.
Jones. It's like that guy from Star Travels.
It's Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.